Hi, dear students. Today we are going to learn about how to insert lists and hyperlinks into web pages. Let's see how to do that one. Now when it comes to links, there are different types of link lists are available with the web pages. First of all, we will see how to insert an unordered list into a web page. In order to take some understanding about unordered list, we will see the output of this file first. This is the output. So in order to insert unordered list, we use the UL tab, unordered list. So without using any attribute, if we just use the unordered list UL, it will display these list items with default bullet symbol. So to start the unordered list, we use open UL tag, then the close UL tag to close the unordered list. In between these two pairs, we have to include the list items. So here I have inserted 4 list items. So in order to insert list items, we use the li tag. So in between open and close li tags, we use the list item name. Here you can see this is the first unordered list that I have created. The next one, at the next unordered list, you can see without just using the open tag, opening UL tag, here I have used an attribute called type attribute and set the value to disk. So that means here I specifically say that these unordered list items, these items should display in the web page with the symbol disk. So here it will display these 4 items with the disk bullet. Here you can see these 4 list items will display with the bullet circle. Here these 4 list items will display with the bullet symbol square. And the first one, very first one, since I have not inserted any disk type value, these 4 list items will display at the web page with the default bullet, that is the disk. Disk is the default bullet symbol. And here the last unordered list, you can see that as the type attribute value, I have set the value as none. That means these list items will display at the web page without using any bullet symbol. In order to take the better understanding, now we will move to the output file. To see the output, what we need to do, you need to right click and open with any web browser software. So this is the output file. Here you can see the first as you can remember, at the very first unordered list, I didn't set any type attribute value for the open UL tag. I told you it will display the list items with the default bullet symbol, which is disk. So this is the disk symbol. So with the disk symbol, the very first unordered list is displaying its items. At the second unordered list, I have used as the UL type attribute value as disk. So this is the disk symbol. And as the third unordered list type attribute value, I set the value circle. So you can see it's displaying the list items with the circle symbol. And here the list items are displaying with the square symbol. And the last one, I have set the type attribute value to none. So it is displaying the list items without using any bullet symbol. Then we will see how to insert nested unordered lists. So first we will see the output of this file. Then we can take some idea or understanding about what is this nested list means. Nested list means one or more unordered lists or ordered lists comes under another list. So here you can see the fruits and countries are the list items belongs to outer list, and these fruits are going to be one inner unordered list, and these countries are going to be another inner unordered list. So there are three bullet symbols are used. For the outermost list, the disk is the bullet symbol. There are two inner unordered list. One is using circle bullet symbol and the other one is using square bullet symbol. Okay, now we will move to the coding of this file. Now you can see the coding of this file. Here you can see, as before, I am using the UL tag to represent the unordered list, and for the outermost unordered list I am using the type attribute value as disk. Then this is the first list item of the outer unordered list, that is fruits. So without closing or without inserting any other list item, I am just opening another unordered list. So you can see before closing this outer unordered list, I am using another unordered list. You can see that outermost unordered list is closing here at the end. Okay. So here, after the very first list item of the outer unordered list, I am inserting another unordered list where the type attribute value is set to circle. That means all these four list items are going to display with the circle bullet symbol. And here you can see I am closing the unordered list. That means this closing UL tag belongs to this opening UL tag. So this inner unordered list only is going to close. Then I'm inserting another list item. So since I'm inserting this list item outer from this inner list item, it is not belongs to this list. So that means this list item is going to be a part of this outer unordered list. So this is the second list item of the outer unordered list. Then here, after that one, I am inserting another inner unordered list where the type attribute value is set to square. So there are four list items. Those are four countries. These four list items will display at the web page with the square bullet symbol. Okay, then finally I am typing closing unordered list tag. That means this opening unordered list has closed here. So if we move again to the output file, now you can take some understanding what has happened here. Okay, the outer unordered list had two items and we had two unordered lists within that outer unordered list. Okay, now we will move to the next list type, that is ordered list. First of all, we will see what is an ordered list means. Here you can see the output file. Ordering means in ascending or descending order, we are ordering something in a particular order. So here, normally in HTML, we are setting the values to ascending order in the list. So for that one, we are using normal number system, capital or simple English letters, uh, Roman numbers in capital and simple cases. Here, if we are not using any specific uh, ordering method at the type attribute, it will display with the default value, that means the normal number system. Okay, so you can see mainly there are four ordering methods available with the ordered lists. Now we can move to the coding of this file. You can see the coding. For ordered list, we are using OL tag. Then in between open and close OL tag, we can indicate the list items same as before with the LI tag. Nothing different. Here also we can use the type attribute within the opening OL tag and set the value to the first number or first item ordering value. Then automatically it will increment to the other list items. So here, since I have set the value to normal number system, normal number 1, then here the first list item takes the 1, 2, 3, 4, likewise it will increment automatically by the web browser. Also, we can set the value to capital A, set the type value to capital A. Then first one will be the capital A, B, C, D, likewise. And simple A, then simple A, simple B, simple C, simple D. Here, Roman number I, so that means 1, 2, 3, 4, likewise. Here, it is using the simple Roman numbers. Now if we move to the output again, now you can understand. Here the default one, I didn't use any type attribute value, so it is taking the normal number system as the default one. Here, since I have set number 1 to the type variable value, type attribute value, it is incrementing automatically to the normal number system. Here for the third ordered list, I have set the type attribute value to capital A. So it is automatically incrementing to the capital letters. Here I have set the type attribute value to simple A. So it is automatically increment to the simple letters. Here Roman numbers are used. You can see we are setting only the type attribute value to the first item. Okay, then it will automatically increment by the browser. Now we will see how to create nested ordered lists in the HTML page. First we will see what is a nested order list. Here you can see the first item is fruits, and these fruits and countries belong to one outer ordered list. Within this outer ordered list, we have two inner ordered list, which has used two different ordering methods. Okay. Now we will move to the coding of this file. Here you can see the ordered list type. Sorry, here ordered list type is set to number 1. So the outer ordered list is going to use the normal number system to indicate the list items. Here this is the first list item. So this will take number 1, and after that one I am inserting another ordered list which use the capital letters to indicate the ordering. Then this is a second list item of this outer ordered list, and after that one, under that second list item, I am creating another ordered list, and its ordering will be done by using simple English letters. Okay, now we will move to the other list type available with the web pages, that is the definition list. First we will see the output. So definition list is, we can include the title, definition title, and then we can include the definition description under that title. Here also the definition title and the description under the definition title. So you can insert only one set or more than one set. Here I have inserted two sets of definitions. Now we will move to the coding of this file. Here you can see DL, definition list, is the tag that we are using to include definition list. So it has a closing tag. So after finishing all the definition sets, we can close the definition list. So within one definition list tag pair, we can include more than one definition sets. So first definition set is this one. Here it has a definition title and a definition description. In the definition title section, within open and close definition title tags, we can include any title. You can set any value here. You can use any text here. And as a definition description, you can set any value here. Whatever the value or paragraph you are inserting as the definition description should be within the definition description tag, DD tag, open and close DD tag. Then here I have inserted another definition title, DCCN, and I have included the definition description of that one as data communication and computer networks. So this is how we are including definition lists into web page. Okay, then we will move to the next section of the today's lesson, that is the hyperlinks. So we will see first the output of this file in order to take some understanding about what is a hyperlink. So hyperlink is something that some set of text or an image will links to another location or resource of the same website, same web page, or some other website out from the current website. So that means there are three main methods of creating hyperlinks. The first one is creating the hyperlink as an external link. The second one is creating the hyperlink as a local link. The third one is creating the hyperlink as a bookmark. Okay, we will go through one by one. First, we will consider how to insert an external link into a web page. So, here I'm using two ways. The first one is I'm setting this set of text as the link text, and the second one is I'm using this image with the Google icon to set the link. Now we will move to the coding of this section and try to understand that one. Here you can see the coding file. Okay, now you can see the coding file. Here I have inserted the heading. It's not necessary. Uh, for user friendliness, I have inserted a heading called this is an external link. Then actually this part is the coding part that refers to the hyperlink. So when we need to insert a hyperlink in any type, we have to use the A tag. This represents the anchor tag. So then it is must to use this href attribute, which represents the hyperlink reference, that shows or direct us to the location where this resource is available, this linked resource is available. Here I have set the hyperlink reference to the Google website domain name, because this is here I am creating an external link. So external link always link to some resource available outside the website. So I'm using this set of text. You can include any text here, but remember to use only the meaningful text. Then only the users will understand when we click on here there what will happen. So within the in between the opening and closing anchor tags, you can use this text. So this text will browse you to the location. This text will browse you to the location where the Google website is available. Then these BR tags will use the line breaks in order to keep some space. That is not must. You only need to refer to this line. So here in this line, I'm inserting another hyperlink to the same location where the Google website, but here instead of some text, I'm using an image. By using an image, I'm going to browse to the location or browse to the Google website. Okay, now we will go back to the code, back to the output file and see how this works. Here you can see the heading. This is an external link. I have put it using H1 heading tag. You already know that one. And here this is the text visit Google website. So, and this is the image with the Google icon. So when we click on this hyperlink text, it will locate to the Google website, because there you can remember I have inserted the Google website domain name. I go back and when you click on this image even, you can see when you take the cursor near to the hyperlinked area, the cursor icon will be changed to hand icon. That means it is a link. So when I click on the image even, I have browsed to the Google website. Then the second method is the local link, creating a local link. So local link means linking some web page or resource available within the same website to the current page. So we will see the coding of this section. Here you can see instead of using some text, I have set this image as the hyperlink. So when we move to the coding, you can see this is the area that I have used for that purpose. So I have first set the heading as this is a local link, and this is how I have set the local link. At the anchor tag, at the href hyperlink reference attribute, I have set the path to the resource. My resource is another web page called definitionlist.html. This resource can be anything. Mainly, we use hyperlinks to locate to the web pages. So here, but it can be a document or any other resource even. Here you can see I have set two dots. So these two dots is using to represent the total path up to this point, to this resource. Okay, so you can try this one. Here, since I have used two dots, it will go back and access this folder, definition list folder, and access the resource available within that folder. So in order to go back once from the current directory, from the current folder, we can use two dots. So, or else you can, as I have told you at the previous lesson, image inserting lesson, instead of the selected part, you can directly set the whole path. It also works. And you can see as the anchor within the opening and closing anchor tags, I have set the image as the hyperlink. So I have just include the image in the normal way. You know how to insert an image into a web page. So when we go back to the output file, you can now see what has happened. So this is the area. So this is the heading and this is the image. You can see the when I take the cursor into top of the image, the cursor is changed into hand icon. When I click on that one, it has browsed to the location where the definition list web page is available. So definition list web page is loaded. I'm going back. Okay. Now the last linking method is bookmark. Okay. So bookmark means setting a bookmark to a location which is available within the same web page. So here you can see two bookmarks I have set. One is to the external link section, the other one is to the local link section. This image I have inserted only to take some gap between this topic and these two links. It's not mandatory. So here these two lines are very important. This is how we set the bookmarks. So when I click on this go to external link section, you can see without using this scroll button, I have just prompted or I have just jumped to the location where the description of the external link is available. And also when I click on the go to local link section, it will jump to the location where the local link section is available. Okay, we will see the coding and how to do this one. Here you can see this section is doing this one, and here I have just put a heading to tell you that this is a bookmark, and I have just said inserted an image that is also not necessary. Then here this part is very important. This is the line that sets the bookmark. So I'm using again the anchor tag and the hyperlink reference attribute, and I set the value to #EL. So you should know what is this EL. So EL is the text that I have set as the value of the ID attribute at the H1 tag of the external link section. So you can see this is the external link section coding. There, when I put the heading using H1 tag, I have used an attribute called ID, and I have set the value to EA. You can set this attribute value to any value as you wish, but make sure whatever the value you use here, you have to use it here with the hash symbol. Okay, so in that way it will link these two locations. This location will be linked to this location through this ID value. So when you click on this line, so go to external link section. Here also you can include any text. When you click on that one, you will be prompted to this location or jump to this location. The web page will jump to this location. So it will done by the web browser. Here also I have used another bookmark. So here at the href attribute, I am setting the value LL. So LL is the ID value I have used at the local link section as the ID value I have set LL at the H1 tag. So this value I am using here with the hash attribute. So because of that one, this line, go to local link section line, is connect with this ID value, and when we click on go to link section link, it will jump to this location. Now we will see the output. So this is the output of that section. You can see the topic and the image and two bookmarks. When I click on go to external link section, it will jump to the location of the external link section, and when I click on the go to local link section, it will jump to the location of the local link section. So that's all for today. So you can go through this video and do some practicing. You can practice these codings and understand them, and we will publish an assignment on the website, so you can go through the assignment and attempt that one and send the answers. Thank you.